Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Alan and thanks for joining me. Just a very short video this time around, really just introducing you to some of the figures that I've painted for Test of Honor. This is a game that for those of you who don't know, it is a skirmish game set in effectively the warring age of Japan, at the height of the samurai in terms of the numbers of battles, engagements and skirmishes that they were involved in. It's a very simple game, really, in terms of concepts. There's a few dice that you have to roll to complete certain maneuvers, etc. I would recommend anyone giving it a try. And if you're interested, leave me a comment and I'll make sure that I cover the rules themselves a little bit more. And also, if you're interested, some of the painting tips for how I took these Peri Samurai and turned them into a little miniature force. I thought the first thing that people might be interested in is the number of figures. So this is perfectly adequate for a game of Test of Honor. In fact, it's a full sort of 24-point warband. We've got the back here some spearmen, general useful all-round troops. They seem to be particularly annoying in terms of trying to get rid of them in a good way, and can actually cause quite a few sort of higher ranking troops all sorts of problems. Even if they don't win, they tend to slow people down a little bit. I've then got 3 missile units, and this sort of collective basing is the way that Test of Honor shows effectively multiple figures cooperating and acting together. So I've got some musketeers here, or arquebusier armed troops, and then I've got over here 2 units of bow armed troops. Each one of those has its own sort of strengths and weaknesses. Bows tend to fire more frequently, whereas the missile, the firepower that's generated from something like an arquebus or musket tends to be more damaging when it does hit, even though it might fire less frequently. Then here I've got 3 samurai heroes, which I've painted in different colour schemes just to help me differentiate them on the battlefield. So we've got in my force I've got 2 samurai sort of retainers or heroes, and then the actual leader himself is this guy here. And actually, I know people struggle with Peri Samurai in terms of painting them, but I found a very simple and effective way to paint them is really just to concentrate on getting the coloration that you want for the inner parts, i.e. the sort of clothing that Samurai is wearing. Then really just concentrate on picking out the threads here on the armour. This one is one of my early ones. In fact, the samurai I think I painted first, and then by the time I'd got used to the technique, the actual Ashigaru, or the followers, seemed to be quite a little bit better. But as a small group, we're having some great games with Test of Honor. As I say, if you're interested, I'll put up some after-action reports and general sort of topics or stories, if you like, about the rules and the games that we've had. But they are pretty good. You don't need much in the way of investment to actually play the game. You can download a lot of the material for free for Grey for Now Games. I'm not affiliated with them anyway, and it's actually the first sort of skirmish game that I've really sort of got into, but it has led me to sort of consider doing more and more with them. So we've started working on spin-offs around conquistadors and other sort of troop types of the period. So again, thoroughly recommend them. Probably the best thing is that they require a very small outlay in terms of troops and investment and painting. You'll get some great games out of them, and all the games themselves probably take between 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. So we've quite often had sessions where we've had 2 or 3 games going. Lots of different missions, lots of different approaches to it. If Test of Honor is not your rule set, thoroughly recommend having a look at some of the other ones. I think there's rule sets like Ronin, Bushido, and various other ones that all offer the same sort of concept. But that was just a quick look at them. Hopefully you found that interesting. As I say, anything you want to ask, any hints and tips, feel free, and I'll happily cover them off on another video. Thanks for watching.